Hey sweet crafty friends, let's make a cute piece of home decor using these 2 planks from Dollar Tree and the 4 little squares that came from Hobby Lobby in the woodpile section. First thing we're going to do is stain all pieces with this DIY liquid patina in the color of Dark and Decrepit. I'm just using a baby wipe, wiping it on just to give it a stain. All right, then when that's done, you want to zap that with your heat tool or a blow dryer and just give it a quick dry. Yes, mine is sitting on the floor. All right, then we're going to turn it over and we're going to glue some, I guess these are kind of medium-sized crafting sticks. These might have come from Hobby Lobby or Walmart. I don't remember, but either way, you can get them at either one. Just going to use those, glue those on. That's going to stabilize our boards in the back. There we go. We'll stain those 4 little squares. Yeah, I got a little bit too much stain on that first one, so we're just going to kind of steal from one. All right, then we'll just give these a dry. I think I cut that part out for you guys so you didn't have to watch the drying. I wanted to make sure I got the edges. All right. Oops, sorry. Clean my hands. They're a big mess. I guess I didn't cut that out. Maybe, hopefully I didn't leave it too long, you guys. All right. Forgot the sides, so we're going to do a little bit on the sides. Okay. Now we're going to take our bare clear wax. This came from Home Depot, you guys. We're going to take a small chippy brush. We're going to just rub that all over our board. Getting a little bit of chunks in some places is okay. Now we're going to use some more DIY paint in the color of crinoline. And you want that to be pretty thick, you guys. You also want to make sure that you paint in only one direction when you have, these square pieces. All right, don't worry about your lines. It's okay when you have a little chippy brush like that. You're going to get some brush strokes, but it's totally fine. You will not see those. All right, you're going to take your heat tool or a blow dryer, which one you have. You're going to dry that pretty good. You don't want it to be completely dried though. All right, now I did dry it up quite a bit longer than that, you guys, but I cut it out. So you can see how it's just kind of, it's hard on top, but you can see where it has, it's still wet. We're going to take our paint scraper and we're just going to scrape all the way across. And all the places that wax went from our paintbrush, it's just going to pull right up. Going to give you a nice chippy look. You guys, this is the best and easiest way that I found. This looks a lot better than a candle. All right, doesn't that look fabulous, you guys? All right, now that it's scraped, because it was still wet, you want to give it another quick little dry. You don't want it to smear all over the place. Now I'm going to take those 4 little boards and I'm going to glue them right down in the middle of this piece. Now, hindsight 2020, had I done this to begin with, you'll see why. I should have not glued these down yet. I would have done it a little differently. But I decided to put a little bit of wood glue and some hot glue to make sure that these stay on and don't pop off. All right, and we're going to take some more DIY paint in the color of Faded Burlap. We're going to mix some baking soda in there. You guys, you want that to be pretty thick, like thick peanut butter. Just keep mixing it until you get it to the consistency that you need it to be. See how thick that is? All right, I thought I'd give you guys another option other than that Dollar Tree stencil because everybody wants it and you can't find it. This one came from Walmart, you guys. Isn't that a really pretty farmhouse quilt stencil? So we're using that paint that has been thickened, kind of at the consistency almost of putty. Putting it on with my paint scraper. We're going to do opposite corners. I decided to use some tape to paint it, to hold it down so that we can do this a little bit easier. Look at how smooth that goes on, you guys. Oh, doesn't that just look great? I love it. Okay, now we're going to use a little stencil and we're going to do the same thing with some black paint, you guys. And I already mixed this with the baking soda. I did the same thing I did with the burlap color. Look at how nice that looks. Okay, now we're just going to use the little circle in the middle of that flower there and put some little dots on the outer edges of the squares with the black. There we go. Doesn't that look wonderful? Now we have some half beads. We're going to paint them with that same black paint that I used. I was using Waverly paint in the color of ink. You guys, any black paint will do. You do not have to get the same exact paint that I do. Use what you have on hand. I did do 2 coats of this, you guys. It dried rather quickly as I was painting it, so I just went right back over into one more coat really quick. Hit that with the heat tool to make sure they were dry. Plopped those on there with some hot glue. I think those just give it a little finishing thing. Now, you guys, I felt like it needed something else right there in the middle. So we got this little wooden block that also came from Hobby Lobby in the woodpile section. It came in a bag with ovals and little squares and some circles. We stained that up with that same stain, and we're going to use that stencil again, and we're going to put some milk jug ivory colored paint on there. The same thing. It has that baking soda in there, you guys. All right. Get it nice and dry. Going to glue it right there in the middle, and we're going to use some of these Scrabble pieces, and we're going to put home right there on the bottom of our board. Now I went ahead and stained those Scrabble letters up with that stain because I thought it needed to all blend together. Look at how nice that looks, you guys. I absolutely love it. Again, the stencil came from Walmart. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope it inspires you, and I hope that you'll try to make one yourself. Thank you so much for watching, my sweet friends. Love you all.